What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Jennifer Rush. And we're returning to Heart Over Mine, 1987. Thank you again to Darren for sending the 5-album compilation. And the next track is Search the Sky. I like the expressive and visual aspects of the phrase. Searching the sky would suggest that you expect to find something. Now, maybe not something specific, though maybe that actually, but ultimately it suggests that there's more than just the sky to look at, that there may be a living being, maybe a bright and otherwise compelling panoramic view, or some specific point of interest that would lead you to cast your eyes in that direction. Now, of course, that might not be literal. It could be about searching the sky for answers, for a particular response to your desire to be loved, or any manner of emotional experience or understanding, with the sky again as the tableau upon which that search is being visually represented. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's meaning operating both on the more literal level and on the more figurative, meaning the sky as an actual visual backdrop, but perhaps representative of psycho-emotional attitudes or endeavors. So I'll see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Jennifer Rush. The track is Search the Sky, and it's from her 1987 album, Heart Over Mind. Almost like a harpsichord sound.
The shadows closing in, and nothing's brought me closer to ruin. All that it seems I've come to learn is I found out which way to turn. Search the sky, you and I. Never before could I decide. Truth is that love does lie sometimes. Although you still weigh on my mind, the hurt will leave with passing of time. How can I begin to tell you in words reasons why to look for answers? I search the sky.
Like a sitar, like a flute synth.
How can I begin to tell you in words
as I have said on many Jennifer Rush reactions, that's some incredible vocal work. The way she can go from being pretty low-key and almost as if she's in her emotions and thoughts to then expressing outwardly and ramping up the vocal intensity very quickly. It's arresting, it's surprising, it's incredible in those moments. And even by the end of the tune, when I had a sense for chronologically when that was going to happen, it still just takes over your brain when you hear it. Now sonically it was a bit more intimate, a bit more stripped down and simple in terms of there weren't so many moving parts. Now having said that, there's that, again, almost like harpsichord type line with a bit of that metallic like richness. Then there's the like deeper sort of organ chords that I heard, which have this like underlying support type of melody, and then there were that like synth flute type of line which gave it a bit of this like light, airy, almost like the sky itself represented atmosphere. But yes, like the sonics allowed her voice to be central in the sonic atmosphere or sonic sphere of the tune even more than on some other tracks where like her voice is never something that is just kind of in the background or that you're not noticing. But here it was really sort of front and center, almost like in a spotlight with the other elements surrounding or supporting it. And yeah, lyrically I'm curious because on one level it sounds like she maybe has decided that the answer in the sky is telling her to turn a certain direction and maybe away from this other person, but then there's other moments where it feels like, you know, it's you and I, and we're both trying to find answers in the sky, so it sounds like she's still in it and still trying to process and figure out the way for both of them forward. So in terms of the way that turn is relative to this other person, I'm not quite sure. So yeah, maybe again, it's another expression of heart over mind where like the answers in the sky such as she can see them or conceive them are perhaps suggesting to go a different way, to make a turn and break off from what she's been doing or the path she's been following with this other person. But then part of me thinks that maybe she's still here with this other person, speaking with them, trying to find a new path if needs be. So I'm not quite sure what's happening lyrically, but there's still very deep emotion on her part. And I do think the idea of not only looking for answers in the sky, but that multi-tier, like visual, macro or external representation of the confliction, complication, and multi-sided feeling internally, psycho-emotionally. I think that is very much what's happening here, even if I can't quite get a sense for exactly which way it's facing or whether she's going to depart from him or not. So either way, I enjoy the sonics and the vocals and the lyrics such as I can conceive them. Special shout out to that explosive snare drum. I was really surprised when that first came in. There were already other sonic elements that my brain was keying in on, but when that hit, it was like, oh wow, like it's powerful, it has an echo to it, it's like a gunshot style snare drum, so that really was prominent and gave the tune some dramatic power even beyond, of course, her vocals. And I do enjoy the way she built to that big crescendo vocally in the latter stages of the track. So another cool one. I do wonder, Darren or anyone else who has some insight here as to exactly, again, which way she's facing, so to speak, in the song, because part of me thinks that it fits right in with some of the other themes we've heard on the first few songs, and then part of me wonders whether maybe, in this case, she might actually break and head for a different direction, turn a different way. So either way, another cool one from Jennifer. When we come back next time, we will be up to, what is it, Plains of... You know what? I'm just going to look it up where there's more light over here. Oh, it's Flames. Plains. Flames of Paradise. Okay, well, that sounds dramatic. Normally, paradise doesn't make you think of flames. I guess you could have a burning passion and desire, but it almost sounds a bit at odds with itself, a bit oxymoronical, so I guess we'll see what that's all about. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.